playing with the Yankees was unlike anything else I've ever done in my life, and winning a world championship there, just being part of that great '78 team. That was the best team I ever had the privilege of playing on. And like I said, playing for the boss, was never a dull moment. Was absolutely as competitive as any of us. I think he's the greatest owner and done more for the game in terms of free agency. He was not afraid to go out. He wanted to put the absolute best quality, product on that field. And I hated losing. And I guess that's why Mr. Steinbrenner and I got along so well, is he did not like to lose, and neither did any of those great Yankees that I had the privilege of playing for and meeting. My favorite day was at Yankee Stadium was Old Timers Day. They're in a locker with one of those, with each of those great Yankees, DiMaggio, Mantle, Maris, Whitey Ford. I'm going to leave somebody out, and there's so many more, And to set the scenario up for the '78 playoff game with the Red Sox, it would have never been the greatest comeback in history if I hadn't dug us that deep hole. Because when I joined the Yankees, I had put so much pressure on myself, putting on the pinstripes, and I proceeded to stink the joint up, and I had just reached rock bottom. I had lost a ball game every way conceivable, and finally worked my way out of that. And then we ended up catching the Red Sox to set the stage for probably the greatest game, I think. I don't think there's ever been a bigger game or a better game. You couldn't write a better script. The Yankees, Red Sox in Fenway Park, and that great rivalry. They hated us, we hated them. The fans hated us. I had my work cut out for me. I came in that ball game with one out in the 7th inning. I was on the mound. I had a couple runners on, 2 outs, and thinking, this is it. And I had gone to bed the night before thinking, that I'll be facing Yaz for the final out, Yastrzemski. And sure enough, I got to that point, and Yaz came to the plate, and I had a conversation. I started asking questions and answering them on the mound with this conversation just with myself. And I said, one of the statements I made was, why are you so nervous? Why are you so nervous? You've always played the game for the love of it and for the fun of it. And I said, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Yaz stepped in the box. I stepped on the rubber, and the first pitch to him was down in the zone. I got 2 runners on. The game's on the line, 5-4. 1-run lead in Fenway with Yaz up. The next pitch was a pitch that was pretty much down the middle of the plate, and it tailed in on his hands, and he popped it up to Nettles, and we ended up winning that ball game, and then going through the Kansas City Royals in the playoffs, and beating the Dodgers in the World Series and repeating as world champions.
To honor a legend in your life, visit the banquet hall at Coors.com.